What is going on, everybody? Welcome to your daily astrology horoscope for Thursday, October 31st, 2024. Astrologer Brian Scarborough here, fixed air moon, keeping the collective fixed on astrology. I appreciate you all so much. Happy Halloween. Hope everybody's week's going well. Happy Samhain. All those things. Hope you guys are ready for a super interesting day in the astrology for a holiday and for Halloween. And if you want a spooky Halloween, you could definitely get it right now. So if you like spooky, I'm not very spooky. I'm a Care Bear. We're having a Care Bear takeover. Super funny. Anyways, let's look at the astrology. Let's look at the astrology, you devils. All right, well, we're going to see this moon finish up in Libra today for Halloween, and it's going to square Mars, square Pluto, and be in a huge T-square right before coming into fall position in Scorpio, getting ready for this big Scorpio new moon, which will be tomorrow morning at 5:48 a.m. on the West Coast and 8:48 a.m. on the East Coast. So it's not quite today, it's not quite there, but it's a dark moon squaring both the dispositors of Scorpio that happen to be in opposition and then coming into a new moon in Scorpio. So this is like as deep and penetrating and kind of creepy crawly, but also passionate as it can possibly get. So high energy coming into this day. You're either going to be feeling like you're doing the things that you want to do and you're just going to get as deep into these things as you can, or there's definitely a lot of possibility out there for people to definitely not get what they want, for plans to fall apart, for betrayal, abandonment. I mean, this is dealing heavily with relationship stuff. Remember, the moon will be finishing in Libra when it's making this square early in the morning. So kind of like a tightrope in many ways of like personal desires, the desires of other people, trying our best to kind of find middle ground, but having to like understand there's so many different ways that people could be evolving and growing and trying to live their life, and we're all trying to do the same for ourselves, and it's just whoa. So we need to find, we need to remember the apex, not apex, but the release point is Aries, which is where the North Node and Chiron are. We're seeing Venus starting to trine Chiron in Aries, also starting to oppose heavily Jupiter. Like there, we gotta like remember to find ourselves right now. And a lot of the lessons that we're learning about ourselves and the things that we're identifying are coming through the reflection of other people. And some of these reflections we're gonna want to see because we're gonna want the growth, and it's gonna be all good. And it's all about how you identify and kind of deal with things right now, with your own emotions. Huge depth of feeling today, and like we don't get everything we want in life, and Scorpio kind of shows us that. Shows us where we can have a ton of power, where we can come together, where we can fully submerge ourselves into our passions, into others. And it shows us where, we can desire that so badly and not get what we want. Or somebody else leaving, you know. So it's just deep, deep, deep stuff. And a lot of it's dealing with what we desire. So don't be surprised today if something you deeply desire leaves, goes another way. This can show up in so many different ways. I don't know. I'm not going to try and walk through every way, but you just have to be okay with that right now and look at everything as a lesson for self-growth and your own personal evolution of what is going to make you more powerful and what's going to make you stronger and what's going to make you more of a warrior. Because a lot of this is kind of like breeding, like you're just going to have to be a warrior today. And the other side of this too is like if you like intensity and you like passion and you want to get fully all in and you want to like double down on things, and the people that you're around are giving you that reflection back that like, yeah, it's double down time. And this can be extremely exciting too. So I don't want to say that like it's just gonna suck, because I don't believe that's true. I think a lot of people are gonna have a great day. They're gonna go trick-or-treating with their kids. They might go to a Halloween party, whatever it is. Just chill with family, whatever you end up doing. Go to a Samhain, pagan party. I don't know what everybody's gonna be doing. But it's there to have a good time. And even Juno, right? If I can get this to erase. Even Juno's square Pluto, right? So it's Moon, Juno, square Pluto, square Mars. And it just this is like bringing a level of emotional intensity into our lives that, with Pluto at 29 degrees and a Mars in its its fall position in Cancer, opposing each other, both ruling the sign that's about to get a new moon. I don't know if we've ever seen this one before. At least not in our lifetime, with Pluto at 29. And literally in its final, 19 days of Capricorn for the rest of our lives. Which is crazy, because it's the final time we're going to see a moon in Libra square Pluto in Capricorn. So this is just like a really interesting, like, full turn of events of Pluto in Capricorn in the last 16 years. And so much of what we've learned about our relationships and what we've learned about ourselves. And if we can put them into, the right playing field and kind of like be able to feel good about ourselves no matter what, and to really feel at home and strong no matter what someone else is doing, or what happens in the government, or what happens in something. How you emotionally respond to things is the only way to ever really find balance. And it's just a good reminder that you got to find that for yourself, because something's going to show up that you're going to be deeply passionate or connected to and merged with or desire, and something's not going to go perfect, or it's just going to go so deep and so penetrated you're going to be like, holy and that might shock you too. And that's that reflection that you deserve what you're getting. So it's interesting. We're in a place where you're either getting so much positive emotional feedback, and that's a really good sign, or you're in a place where you're getting really negative emotional feedback, and that's not a bad thing. That's just showing you how to identify these emotions and these different things that are dealing with Chiron and Aries stuff, of dealing with our own drive and our own identity of who we are, and not letting the outside world sway that in any way. And people, big test day. Some people are going to have a great time, and some people are going to be freaking out. The moon's going to come into Scorpio, and it's just intensifying because it's disposited by these two ruling planets of Mars and Pluto for Scorpio. And it's just got to go so deep, and it's a dark moon in Scorpio, and that's already a creepy, crawly dark moon. And with Mercury trining Neptune, I mean, not a lot of clarity, but that's okay. That's kind of the beauty of it. That's where it's like, if you let go of like the linear, having to have things completely structured and put together and completely, analyzed to a T and everything be perfect. Like, if you need all that, good luck. Because today's just not going to be that. But if you can let go and free your mind and just kind of like see the beauty in the depth of what you might be feeling, or the beauty in the intensity of life, or kind of just be in a fantasy and like let your mind be free to just submerge itself in what is making life better for you. This could be really positive, because this could be where we're really letting go of a lot of wounds and a lot of traumas too. So I don't want to like discount that, because this could be where people have some serious like spiritual aha moments, especially with Mercury coming off the opposition to Uranus. I'll clear this up because it's a mess. Right? Mercury coming off the opposition to Uranus. Like, this is some serious, like, whoa. And even Mars coming off that sextile. Pluto and Uranus in trine. This just sextile triangle to Neptune in itself. Neptune starting to sextile over to Pluto. Like, that's one of the most beautiful things about the times we're in right now, is because of the very spiritual and psychological, just evolutionary growth of, I think, really finding our authority of being and not being swayed, but really finding that unique soul sense of self and purpose. And that's where it's going to be so easy to let things go that don't matter and not overanalyze and judge things. But if you start getting the wheels turning and you feel like you're lost in an abyss and you feel like you're just going nowhere but downhill, these are really good signs that you need to chill out and let things die. It's Scorpio season. We're coming into a new moon in Scorpio. The leaves are falling off the trees, and the leaves do not care. They know that this time of the year they're going to fall off the trees. You know what I'm saying? They know that the cycle of life and death is ever present in this reality. And every single thing in this reality will die at some point, or deteriorate, or break down. It's just the way it is, you know? So we just have to be accepting of that. And a lot of this is like shedding an old skin. And we need to be really like mentally okay, emotionally okay with the skin that we're coming into right now, because this is going to be the strongest skin yet. It reminds me of like a blister. You get a blister somewhere on your foot, on your hand, wherever you get a blister, right? Your skin is stronger there, and you don't get blisters there time and time again anymore. And that's kind of where we're at. So that's where this is such a positive thing in many ways, because you're just becoming stronger in your new skin. Let that new skin grow. Let the old skin peel off and go away. If people are involved in that, just let them go. There's like, what, 8 billion people on this planet? Let the ones that don't love you go. You know what I'm saying? Just identify with the people that want to merge, want to connect with you, want to go be a part of that life that you are identifying and want to living, because there's people that want to live in a similar vibration as you. And the people that don't, just stop forcing people. Even Venus in Sagittarius can want to go on the journey with me, please. I don't want to go alone. I don't want to go to this new place alone. Some people like to travel alone, but a lot of people don't. Or you have to believe in where I'm going, and you need to believe the same thing. Like, we don't need to go there. We really don't, I promise. It's your journey. Everybody's on an individuated journey right now. Find the people that are individuated and on the same path. I'm telling you, it'll make your life so much easier. We hold on to things for dear life because we think we have to for some reason, whether it's a person, place, or thing. And like, you don't have to hold on to anything anymore. That's an outdated structure. We've been taught, and it's been projected on us, that we have to stay dedicated to certain things no matter what. And it's just not true. Where do your passions lie? It's okay if passions evolve. It's okay if they change. Emotions can change. Feelings can change. It's just normal parts of life, you know? So I think it's important to keep all that in mind, because there's a lot of abundance, even with Venus starting to oppose Jupiter, that can be found, but it's understanding everybody's got their own unique journey. Everybody's got their own unique belief, and we can come together and find middle ground. But you're going to see that the people that really want to stick, and just the things in life that you're trying to manifest and create, if they really want to stick, they're going to stick. They're going to be there. Because there's purpose built into it, and that's a lot of this Pluto finishing in Capricorn. It's like soul purpose, soul mission stuff, not just a surface level want, desire, which Mars in Cancer can be very emotional about right now. All right. So deep day, but it's funny because it's so deep. But I do think that so many people, and I hope it's a lot of you watching this channel, are going to feel so good about this skin, and I hope that you are feeling proud of yourselves and comfortable in this new skin, because it's exactly the skin you're meant to be in right now. And then I think other people are going to wish that the old skin never shed, and that can make people very sad and scared or afraid or twisted up inside in some way. And you got to deal with these things and not point the finger, but really take a lot of accountability for yourself and the growth that can come if you're willing to evolve, because we're kind of getting forced into it, whether you want it or not. And how you're doing in life right now is a really good barometer on how much you're holding on to de-evolution and not embracing your own evolution. And I think that's the hardest thing to really tell people right now. So we got to learn to let some things go, right? That's a big part of this. You'll know when it's time to double down and go pedal to the metal, full throttle into whatever it is that you're passionate about, because it's going to make you more powerful. It's going to amplify things in your life. The things that are just digging and taking away from you right now, taxing you. Literally, Scorpio rules taxes. Things that are taxing you mentally, physically, emotionally, the people taxing you mentally, physically, and emotionally. Like, these are not tariffs you need to have in your life. I'm only telling you that because I care. Stupid. But I do care, okay? Alright, let's see what the card is for today. God, it must be funny watching somebody talk about all that in a, powder blue Care Bear costume. Like, wow, he just said some shit that's pretty deep and real, but I can't really take him serious. That's what I'd probably think. Of, oh man, I want to take this person serious because that was that hit, but damn, Care Bear's spitting some deep truth. Oh man, the King of Wands, which I think is super fitting. That's what it's about right now, is to really stand firm and tall and proud in what you're passionate about and what you want to identify with, and what is going to put you in a place of authority for creative outlets and creative self-expression, and what's making you feel like you're sitting on a throne in your life. Double down on those things. You never get a good reward if you don't risk it. So it's we could also be, in some ways with this, a little scared to double down on what's really working. Don't be. Double down on those things. It's all about how you're understanding your own reflection in your environment right now. And if the reflection's good, you're crushing it, keep going. If the reflection is trash, take it out and let the garbage truck pick it up. And don't cry when it does. Don't even wave goodbye. Just go put your energy into something that brings the best parts of you out. All right? I love you all very much. As always, I hope you have a beautiful, fun Halloween. Don't eat too much candy. And yeah. Much love. Peace.